We've all felt it, that subtle, almost imperceptible divide, that invisible line drawn in the sand, marking boundaries that seem so real. It separates us from them. This separation feels safe, like a protective barrier. It's easier to categorize people, to label them as different, to put them in boxes. This is the us versus them mentality, a mindset that fosters division and conflict. This mentality is a deeply ingrained human tendency, rooted in our evolutionary past. Our brains are wired to quickly assess our surroundings, to make snap judgments. We look for threats in those who are like us, seeking safety and familiarity. This instinct helped us survive in the past, when our very existence depended on it. But in our modern, interconnected world, this instinct can be harmful. It creates artificial divisions that no longer serve us. It prevents us from seeing the shared humanity in everyone, blinding us to our commonalities. We lose sight of our common ground, the things that unite us. We must recognize this instinct, understand its origins and its impact. We can then choose to challenge it, to break down the barriers it creates. We can instead come together by fostering connection and understanding. By doing so, we create a world where everyone belongs, where us and them become we. The us versus them mentality has a high cost. It affects not just individuals, but entire communities. On a personal level, it breeds fear, prejudice, and anger. These emotions can be overwhelming and isolating. It creates anxiety and mistrust, making it difficult to form meaningful connections. People start to avoid each other, leading to a breakdown in social interactions. This mentality fuels conflict and division within communities. It pits neighbor against neighbor, creating an environment of hostility. It leads to discrimination, inequality, and even violence. These negative outcomes can escalate quickly, causing long-term damage. We see this play out in our neighborhoods, schools, and workplaces. The tension is palpable, affecting everyone involved. When we focus on our differences, we miss out on the richness of our shared experiences. We lose the chance to learn from one another. We limit opportunities for growth, innovation, and collaboration. This division hurts everyone, stifling potential and progress. It weakens the fabric of our society. The more divided we are, the harder it becomes to build a cohesive, supportive community. Imagine a world where us versus them is replaced with we. This world is built on empathy, compassion, and a deep respect for human dignity. Inclusivity doesn't mean ignoring our differences. It means acknowledging and celebrating them. It means creating spaces where everyone feels safe, respected, and valued. Understanding starts with listening. By truly hearing each other's stories, we can begin to bridge the divides between us. We can build a more just, equitable, and compassionate world. Here's some advice on shifting perspectives with practical tips for breaking down barriers. Shifting our mindset takes conscious effort and dedication. It's not something that happens overnight. Here are some practical tips to help you on this journey. We all have biases. Acknowledge them and understand their origins. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Empathy is key to breaking down barriers. Listen to stories different from your own. This broadens your perspective. We have more in common than we realize. Focus on shared experiences. Talk about difficult issues with respect and an open mind. These small steps can make a big difference in creating a more inclusive environment. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to a more inclusive world. Together, we can make a lasting impact. Here's how we can become real-world transformations and inspiring examples of unity. History is full of inspiring stories of people who chose unity over division. Nelson Mandela fought for racial equality in South Africa. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. sought equality and human rights for the African American community. These individuals, and countless others, show us the power of courage, compassion, and a belief in a better future. Their stories remind us that change is possible. Choosing connection, a call to action. The choice is ours. We can perpetuate the cycle of us versus them, or we can choose connection, understanding, and belonging. Start by building bridges in your own life. Reach out to someone different from you. Listen to their story and share your own. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels a sense of belonging. Let's choose connection. Let's choose we. If you found this message uplifting, like, share, and subscribe for more tips and advice on building a more connected environment. Take action today by being the change you wish to see in the world.